Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and I love sewing and upcycling, and I'm very passionate about secondhand and vintage items. And this week's video is actually all about this secondhand fabric that I got in Stockholm last summer. I was there with my parents and we were visiting a lot of vintage and secondhand stores, and then I came across this particular store. I pop up the name and address right here. And I think the store is sort of specialized in retro textiles from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and I completely fell in love with all the selection that they had. It was very hard to pick one, and I finally landed on this fabric. I pop up some more like detailed shots and some close-up shots right here. And yeah, I got this fabric there in summer, so it's been sitting in my stash for half a year now. And this week I actually want to try and convert it into something that I'm gonna wear and that I can show to the world, and yeah, something that's very me and unique, and I decided to make a jacket. This is what I will be tackling in this week's video. For the pattern, I decided that I will be using the Paola jacket pattern by the fabric store. This pattern is actually free and comes in a variety of sizes, and I've made quite a few of them and I really like the fit. It's like slightly oversized and slightly boxy, but not too loose fitting, so it has a nice sort of structure. And I would say this pattern is suitable for advanced beginners maybe. It's not too complicated, so if you would like to try it, I would definitely recommend it. And yeah, so this is the pattern that I will be using, and I will also be lining my jacket because this fabric right here, the print is only on like the right side of the fabric and the wrong side kind of looks a little odd, I would say. And I want my jacket to also look nice here on the inside, so I will be using a lining fabric. Cut out all of my pieces, and now the first step is to actually connect the shoulder seams on either side, and then we can start preparing the color and sort of the facing for the neckline. In the tutorial, the first step is the pockets actually. I like to attach the pockets, but I'm not super sure if I want to have pockets, so I will leave that as like sort of the last or almost second last thing to do. Okay, I just finished pinning the collar and the like sort of neck facing, and I think this is the most difficult part because you have to make sure to grab all of the different layers, so the jacket layer, the facing layer, and then the collar layer. So yeah, I always put a shit ton of pins in there to really be sure that I get everything. But yeah, if you try this jacket, I think sometimes it could be maybe easier to attach the collar on its own first with like a smaller seam allowance, and then go over with the interfacing layer so that you know that you've got your collar in place. This is just a little tip that I have for you, because otherwise, yeah, it gets a little bulky and it gets a little bit tricky with all the pinning, but it is manageable. Okay, it is much later now and I just had dinner, but I thought I could show you a little bit of my progress so far. So I have attached both of the sleeve, and yeah, this is like the the lining. I think here you can see quite well the different green fabric that I used, but I think it's okay, it works for me. But yeah, now I just need to do the hemming. So for the sleeve, I will be folding it over once and then folding it over again, and then basically sew along that edge. And for the bottom hem, it's currently looking like this. The pattern suggests that you basically fold over this edge twice here, and then you have sort of this clean edge on the bottom, which I might be doing actually, but I need to try it on. Maybe I'm gonna shorten it a little bit. But yeah, that's what I need to do tonight. And I think the buttons is an issue for tomorrow. I'm not super sure if I have some. Maybe I need to buy some. So yeah, I'm gonna finish everything else except for the buttons. Okay, I finished my jacket and I love it so much. It's looking so nice and so cool. I'm so happy with it. But I have a little bit of fabric left over. It's not that much. It's about double the size here. And I decided this was the perfect opportunity to finally do a backpack that I had saved on my Pinterest board for a couple of weeks now. And I decided to use this fabric as sort of the accent fabric where I can do maybe the external pockets out of, and then I have this green very heavy corduroy fabric as well, which I will use as the other like exterior fabric, and I think they look quite nicely together. And I can put up the pattern and design right here. As you see, this is also a corduroy backpack, so I thought this would be the perfect fit. And the inner lining is also, I think, very, very pretty. Let me show you in a second. For the inner lining, I decided to use this fabric. This is actually an old tea towel that I bought. And I really like it, but honestly, we have so many tea towels. So I knew that I wouldn't be using it as a tea towel, but now it found the perfect home in my backpack. And together with the green corduroy, I think it works quite nicely. I just finished the pocket flap for the exterior pocket, and the pattern calls for 2 snaps that you should be putting here. But I don't have those and I'm not sure if I really like that, so I decided to cut up these. I'm not sure how they're called in English, but basically you can mesh them together and then you rip them apart. And I will just attach these on the underside. So this is the underside, and I will attach 2 of these here, and then the corresponding parts will be here. Progress update. So here's the back side, and then here's the front side. It's looking so cute. The next step is actually to attach this outer exterior pocket, and then it should look something like this. It's looking so cute. I'm very happy with it. I love it so much. And yeah, I think then I can assemble the lining and the lining pocket, and then I will do the whole exterior. Okay, I'm now doing the little side panels here. So they are like the side pockets where you could insert your bottle here. And I made mine a little bigger because I measured my my coffee thermos that I'm using every day, and that is not as tall, but it's a little wider. So yeah, I adapted the pattern a little bit, but this is just a little hack that I have for you if you want to recreate this backpack. Basically, look what you need and try to adapt it, because it is such a shame if you made a whole backpack and then it doesn't fit to your lifestyle and the things that you want to carry, basically.